With fall being in full swing at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, there are so many things to do to enjoy the cooler weather and changing leaves. You could go to a farmer's market, watch some Halloween movies, go to a football game, or literally just consume anything pumpkin. Well, how about going to a corn maze? No, scratch that. How about getting lost in a corn maze after dark in the freezing cold? My name is Grace, and I'm currently a junior here at UW-Madison, and this is how me and my friends got lost in the dark at a family corn maze. To set the scene, it is the weekend of the Wisconsin-Ohio State game, and tragically, me and my friends were left without any tickets to the game, which makes sense since we are broke college kids and tickets were going for $200+. So, instead, we decided to mob a nearby farm that advertised having a corn maze after dark, music, and food. We get there and immediately realize we are the only college-aged people for miles. But, in all honesty, there was something so wholesome about being around adults and kids who were just looking for some fall fun on a Saturday night. Anyways, once we arrive, we immediately see the legendary corn maze. We acquire the tickets and joke around how it's going to take us probably max 10 minutes to get through the entire thing. I mean, there were 10-year-olds racing through that thing in record time. To make the experience a little bit spookier, me and my friends also decided that, in fact, we did not need the flashlights they were handing out and can do the entire thing in complete darkness. 10 minutes in and we are still goofing around, running into corn stalks, trying to jump out and scare each other, you know the vibes. Keep in mind, at this point, we are pretty deep into the maze, and there's very little noise or light. It's very eerie. My good friend Ashley suddenly stops in her tracks. "Did you guys hear that?" she whispers. My heart is going 1,000,000 miles an hour at this point. One thing to know about me is that I get spooked extremely easily, and at this moment, I was scared shitless. It was as if we had just stepped into a real-life version of Children of the Corn. We hadn't heard anyone for over 15 minutes at this point. No one was after us to enter the corn maze, and we didn't see anyone coming before us. So what the hell was that sound? Now, as you could guess, we are all pretty spooked at this point. We decided to pick up pace and get out of the maze as fast as possible. It was starting to get super cold and super late, and it was at this very moment that we realized we were lost. And not, oh gee, haha, we're lost in a corn maze lost. We were, oh no, this is not good. This is really bad. We are lost in a giant corn maze. Lost. Armed with only our meek phone flashlights, we start to take wrong turn after wrong turn. I narrowly dodge a piece of corn that is suddenly lobbed over the corn stalks. That's when we heard them. It sounded like a posse of teenage high school boys trampling through. Then came the barrage of corn. Then we were sprinting. My heart was racing and my breathing was heavy as me and my friends sprinted into dead end after dead end with a group of high school boys chasing and throwing corn at us. After the third dead end, I started to lose it. And lose it. Manically laughing, crying, yelling, I shouted at my friends to follow me. Like the genius I am, I led them straight through the corn stalks. Yes, through. Row of corn stalks, back on the maze trail. Row of corn stalks, back on the maze trail. Eventually, after causing mild damage to the corn maze, we finally could see the lights marking our exit. Finally! We emerged from that corn maze with scrapes on our arms and faces, corn in our hair, damaged egos, and relief on our faces. On the car ride back, I realized I was so grateful to have these girls as some of my best friends and that there was no one else I would have rather gotten lost in a corn maze with. Even though the night wasn't quite the peaceful event we had planned, it will definitely be going down as one of the most eventful nights of all of our semesters. So if you ever can't get tickets to a football game or would like some fall entertainment, I highly recommend getting lost in a corn maze at dark with your best friends.